Our meeting for the Health, Education, Entertainment, Neighborhoods, Parks, Arts, and Rivers Committee will start, and it's a little after 1, and we're in City Hall, room 1060. I'm joined by Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell, and this meeting is called to order. I want to remind everybody in the audience who wants to speak on any of the items today or general public comment to sign up right outside at the kiosk right outside the door. And at this point, Councilmember O'Farrell, if you don't mind, I'm going to take multiple public comment people who signed up for that. And I have Antonio Ramirez, Eric Previn, and Herman. If you guys could come on up. And I'll give you guys 3 minutes. 2 minutes for items and 1 minute for general public comment. So 2 minutes for the items.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to allow myself to incite you to the conditions of the despicable Chair David E. Ryu.
If you could please stick to the items, please.
Motherfucker, I'm getting there. Relax. On item 4, City Administrative Officer Dick, relative to proposed amendments to increase funding for evidence based on programs. Now, program services providers suck cock because I know no community impact statement. None submitted. Fucking Korean. Then I go to item 6, Department of Recreation and Parks. You know, relative to amending Municipal Code Section 6344, I wish to put on record 42 U.S.C. 1983, in addition to 18-121-01. But let me get to the subject. Insidious scheme to get over the Los Angeles Municipal Code, the experience, the influence of citing corruption, causing a mismanaged park fight for off-leash dogs. Woo, woo, woo. So you see, you can't engage dogs to fight. Woo, 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 off-leash, like you said on Friday, November 8th. You and that fat cunt dog bitch, Nuri Martinez. Now for my general public comment.
Sure, general public comment, please.
Now,
1 minute.
We know how these assholes run meetings. They're here to discriminate, harass, and retaliate. Just what Ryu said this past Friday regarding his sexist bullshit regarding public free speech.
If you could please
talk
about
items
that are pertaining to this committee.
motherfucker, regarding off-leash dogs. And I'm here to exercise that right under 18 U.S.C. 242 and 18 U.S.C. 245. That facilities to enjoy, facilities to have services in which you do not acquire such an idea because you're too fucking caught up on being stupid. And as stupid as you look from UCLA after you try to rape that little girl, you asshole, fuck you on behalf of her family.
Thank you. Thank you. We could have Antonio Ramirez, Eric Previn, and Wayne. Antonio, is Antonio you as well, or is that somebody else? Do you know? Okay. Go ahead. 2 minutes for items.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I wish there was a coordinated effort on item number 1 where all the parks would open up at sunrise and close at sunset or after sunset. We have a deplorable homeless situation, and that means people cannot use bathrooms anywhere. You are blocking the tourists, the travelers, the visitors from having access to any bathrooms. You can't go into the restaurants unless you purchase food. So we need bathrooms that are easily accessible to people who are urging to go to the bathrooms. We have a large aging population. Many of them can't hold their urine anymore, so it's hard to go to bathrooms here in Los Angeles, and you fail to recognize that. What are we doing to protect the senior citizens, the aging, or anybody who needs to use the bathroom? We need to keep bathrooms open 24/7. These people have told me, and I talk to people all the time out on the streets, and I hear it from them all the time. They don't want to come to LA for that very reason, and I'm concerned for them because you end up getting UTI, urinary tract infection. We need to help our visitors. We need to welcome them and give them the basic rights of human dignity of using a bathroom, a clean, safe, secure bathroom where we don't have problems of sick infestations, crime. Having said that, please, let's do something about the parks or bathroom accesses. And number 3, Healthcare Rights Center for Healthcare Rights. We've got so many healthcare facilities that they just don't work. We need good advocacy that will implement tangible, substantive Center for Healthcare Rights. And for evidence-based programs, what are they? Who are they? Who runs them? For God's sake, that's another waste, fraud, and abuse. And Board of Recreation and Parks Commission, God bless
Thank you.
America.
And 1 minute for general public comment.
Ladies and gentlemen, I went over to the Los Angeles County Regional Park and Open Space, La Plaza de Cultura en Artes. It is located at 501 North Main Street, LA, California, 90012. Both the city and the county hold many functions there, both. It's used quite often by city and county officials. Now, my problem is that these people like Walter, the 3 enchiladas, one of them is Walter, they have security named Securitas security outfit, and they have gangbangers. They also are using their connections or the gangbangers in that area at La Placita and Olvera Street to get the homeless people like myself out. So what they do is they water us out. They let the cemetery or the area flood with water. It overflows onto the street and it wets my tent, and not only me but many others. It's uncalled for. They are politically corrupt and criminally engaged in corruption, fraud, waste, and abuse. God bless America and Donald Trump. Thank you.
And was there an Antonio? No, right? So Wayne and Eric Previn. 2 minutes for all your items, Wayne.
That's right. So I go to number 7 to talk about my dog. Now, normally, the Korean people eat a lot of dog. Now, you have dog here in America, dog go off. I have 2 dogs. My dog, 2 beach, Nori and Monica, my 2 beaches. I have my 2 beaches cheap, my 2 beaches spay. I leave my 2 beaches off leash, then they go to meeting. Then they talk about inward. No good. Too many inward for fucking beaches on dog leash. So the problem is that where we come from in Korea and we come in Cambodia, where I come from, I go eat many dog all the time. Yum, 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 yum. Woo, 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 woo. And then they wind up in my belly. So when I go yum, yum, I go woo, woo. And that's why I put not dog off leash, I put dog in oven. Like David Wu love his dog, especially when he go and he put a barbecue sauce on dog. Especially dog tail. He love dog tail, cause he like it in the tail. So now we go to other issue. Now we have budget to develop plan. The only plan we have is ability to leave Los Angeles. The ability to go back to our country after we steal enough money. Ha 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 ha. That's why we here. We go campaign donation. Campaign donation to architect. Architect give money to David Wu. Then David Wu go, I don't take money from developer. Well, of course not. You take money from architect who give from the developer. Ha 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 ha. And that way we fool stupid American. Stupid American everywhere. Everywhere I go, dumb American. They do not do what we do as Asian people. That's why you stupid fucking American.
Thank you. In a minute.
Now we got to general comment. Now, I know that there was a man Friday, he go and you say he talk nigger. He say lot of nigger.
Can you please stick to the
And
items
well,
on the
I know.
agenda, please?
I know, but in health issue many nigger all over city. And I know that people talk about nigger, but nigger have to have health.
Talk about items that
Nigga.
pertain to this committee.
Nigger use many park. Nigger have very many art. Nigger go to river to go and piece sheet all over river. So no good. We need to have more money, especially first district. Gabat Salidio. There is all kind of nigger over there at Coronado and Hoover and James M. Wu. And there are many people they take. All of us, Korean American, business people, we urge all of you to not vote for David Wu, because David Wu, nigger sympathizer and agent.
Thank you. Eric Previn and Corey. Eric Previn, I don't see him in the room. And Corey, I also don't see Corey in the room. So we're going to close multiple public comment, and we're going to open up general public comment. We have two people who signed up for general public comment. Barbara Galen and Shelley Bliston, if you could come on up. I'll give you guys a minute each. Thank you. I have to be consistent, unfortunately. I have to give everybody the same time for general public comment.
I guess I'll be back the next two meetings for the second and third minutes.
I will be very brief.
Well, if we could, yeah, well,
We're gonna
reset her time? Go ahead.
My name is Barbara Gowan. I'm the Zone 6 rep on Mid-City West Community Council, here to give personal comments about abuse of the Neighborhood Council process and what I ask that this committee do. First, I ask that this committee place on one of your very next agendas the topic of NC election abuse, and I have done my research. I'm aware of the city clerk and DONE relationships to this issue, what their authority is, and what they really haven't addressed. The majority of current, and this is not just about Mid-City West, I happen to be on that council. There's other councils that are having this. The majority of our board members were elected as part of a slate that basically bought votes by offering free food, drinks, and entertainments to hundreds of people who randomly were in a park and were told, vote then eat. All-day picnic. Come and eat and then vote. All right? I want to submit these to you because I didn't. And I have three.
Thank you. You know what you can do is you could submit that writing to the committee, and we could read it as well. In addition to that, if you give us your speaking points, we could get a copy and share it with all the council members, committee members here. So I'm sorry I have to cut it off at a minute, but you could talk to my office later as well. We'd love to get that information. So next speaker. Oh, you could speak. Yeah. Yeah. That mic works too.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, I'm Shelley Bliston. I wanted to put my face to the copy of the letter that I think you all received because I did have concerns. I'm very new to Mid-City West, to their council, and my observations of how the board was run raised eyebrows for me. I am a former director of student support services, special education administrator. I have served on boards, and I worked on Mayor Bradley's 1984 Olympic Committee. So I'm familiar with how a board should be run and what needs to happen. I would be asking, after last night's meeting again that I observed, I want to know how the members are vetted. And I was listening to what Barbara had to say and becoming educated to that fact and very concerned about oversight. And my question would be, the bylaws that I read, because I was going through a checklist of the bylaws that I felt were not being followed, and I want to make sure that, do all councils have the same bylaws as created by this committee, or are they free to make up their own bylaws, and then you have a free-for-all? So,
Thank you. So, actually, my staff could, if you stick around, I'll have my staff come up to you and talk to you about some of the neighbor council bylaws and some of the questions you posed. But I just want everybody in the audience to know that at any time you could submit your testimony by email, or you could submit any kind of letter that you have for us that we could share with all of the committee members. So I know it's only a minute, but we have to be fair to everybody. And give everyone equal time. But I really appreciate you guys coming here, so thank you so very much. But you could submit anything you want in writing, and we'll get a copy of that. And also, my staff will be more than willing to talk to you guys about some of the neighborhood council. So multiple public, the reason it was 3 minutes is because we had those several individuals sign up for every single item. So instead of giving them a minute for every single item, we're allowed by law to give, Mr. Eric Previn, I didn't call you up yet.
Oh, I thought I was.
I know, I didn't call you up yet, so I'll address you in a second. So by law allows us that if people sign up for more than 3 items, we could combine them all together and give them 2 minutes to speak on all of the items, but they must speak on the item on the agenda.
No,
Okay?
mine was-
Thank you. So Eric, I closed multiple public comment, but I'll give you the time, so come on up. I'll give you 2 minutes for the items and a minute for general public comment.
Thank you, and I'd just like to address the concern because it's an interesting point. I'm
Well,
on a
do you want to do
neighborhood
general public comment first then?
No, I'm going to do.
Okay, then if you could address the items on the agenda.
Yeah, so one of the items, is she on general public comment?
Yes.
Talking about the neighborhood council thing? Okay, so I'll work it in. So I'm interested in the cultural plan. I think this is a great area. I think we should dovetail with the enormous amount of resources that we push out into little cultural groups, which I personally like, but I'm anxious because I think that the incumbents do it in such a way that it brings a kind of loyalty and aggregation of groupings that put folks who are out in the community, who can participate in the event is nice, but there's a weirdness, and then there's, Corette's, that famous sliding the money, you have about 40 different items that are all related to city cultural heritage celebrations, and the money, if you try to follow it like you were following your own checkbook, I mean, it's just almost impossible, and it does not inspire confidence. And when Herb Wesson, our leader, is running for county supervisor and inviting Danny Bakewell to a big fundraiser, and all these characters to a big maybe, I don't know, he's got Kern Price headlining a big fundraiser, it makes us wonder about that. So, in terms of the off-leash dog parks, what can I say but thank you? I mean, it's just such a great way to also bring out the dog vote. These guys are so passionate people and their pets, and I just think by finally doing the common sense thing, you're just going to get a lot of not just fundraising, but also support when it comes time to being voted out of office. Is this my last time, or do I have one more minute after this?
You have 1 minute general public.
Included in this?
No.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
one.
So then let me
This
just
is
go
2
on to a
minutes,
couple
yeah.
more of the items. The other was I just wanted to point out that I do appreciate Parks and Rec and ITA teaming up. I think it's a great area. I just want to remind, and I know I've said it here before, that there's no green structure that takes place of a beautiful open space where our kids run and play. So regarding the Prop K, and I know folks are trying to get Prop 68 money for Beaman Studio City Recreation Park, no thanks.
So 1 minute for general public comment.
Yeah, not no thanks to a project, no thanks to the big structure on the field. We do want to fix up the building, and I love our employees there. They do a great job. Regarding neighborhood councils and the question of whether or not the bylaws are specific to the neighborhood council or citywide, unfortunately, they are specific to the neighborhood council, so that you often run into little cliques of long-term servers who have made bylaws that make no sense or are seemingly illegal, and yet there's nothing that anybody seems to be able to do about it. This sends your typical resident or new member of the neighborhood council to the city, it used to be Grace Liu, now it's Raquel Beltran, or you, sir, I know you've taken a role in fake leadership on that, to sort of get some clarity and say, shouldn't we have a basic minimum series of things that they should do, like an outreach Bill of Rights? Because many people complain that if the neighborhood council knew about this project, why didn't they tell the community? That's what happened in our neighborhood. That's what happened with the Prop K project at Studio City Recreation Center, which I know you're a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of it because our neighbors don't know about it, and it is a it's like $15 million.
Thank you, Mr. Previn.
It's a $3 million
Thank you so very much.
And thank
So that closes general public comment as well as public comment. I think some new people came in. I just want to make sure I'm closing general public comment unless there was anyone else who wanted to speak. Okay, so that closes general public comment. And I want to move along to the agenda. And Mr. O'Farrell, unless you have any questions or items you'd like to call special on today's agenda? Do you have any? No? Great. If there are no questions, I want to recommend that we approve items 1 through 12 all on consent.
Yeah, no objection.
Then thank you, Mr. O'Farrell. That will be the order. So that closes our meeting for the day. And wait, Mr. Clerk, do we have any other business before us? No? Okay, then that closes. We satisfy public comments, so that closes this meeting, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.